Hello and a very good evening. Sorry, I was air drumming along to Beautiful Beginnings there. Good evening, welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. How are we all diddling this Wednesday evening? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a great day. If you've been with us over the course of the day today, guaranteed you've had a great day because we've been having a lot of fun and we've also been imparting to you, hopefully, lots of great ideas, knowledge, information, and actually not just information when it comes to the world of craft. I feel like we've learnt a lot as well today about flowers, roundabouts, phones. Was that this morning we talked about that look-up feature? Well, watch it back. I'm not going to go through it all again. If you missed it, you need to go back and watch it. But anyway, it's been a fantastic day and also a day full of new product as well. Brand new stamps courtesy of Sheena, which are hanging on by a thread. I will give you the details shortly, but if you want to grab that showstopper, which we had during Colour Me Happy, it is now limited stock. Very, very, very limited stock. We don't have a little tag that says very, very limited, but if we did, that's what it would say. Very, 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 very limited stock. We've got less than 20 of these now available, and once that bundle goes, that'll be it. You will still be able to buy the individual stamps on their own, but that's the main value for money on that one right there. I'll take you all through it in just a few moments' time, but we'll be focusing on that tonight. Also this evening, well, I'll let Sheena tell you because she's here with us. We're going to be focusing on lots of different things, and actually tonight, Sheena, a little bit later, you're going to be focusing on something we were chatting in between shows that we don't see a lot with the aquablend pencils.
Yeah, I love that. I love a nice watercolour pencil. I like water-based colouring products because they all play nice together, Ben.
Yeah.
You know, you can mix and match them, and once you get the kind of technique down of blending with water, it's just the same, whichever water-based medium you're using. So, and there's tips and tricks to tell you things that will help you, starting from absolute beginners. I'm singing a song.
David Bowie.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, absolute beginners.
Absolute beginners.
Yeah. And that. So yeah, all good fun.
You know what? Going back to, we were talking about Aylesbury earlier on in my roundabout. There's a David Bowie statue in Aylesbury as well.
Is there?
Yeah.
Cool.
As you walk past it, it starts playing tunes. No, he's not from Aylesbury, but he. Oh dear, come on, Ben. Local knowledge. There was a club there. Oh dear, Friars, the Friars Club, and he used to do a lot of gigs in Aylesbury.
Oh, fantastic.
So and Aylesbury adopted him as their, their only son. So they did a statue for him. Have you seen the statue? Yeah, he's coming out of the wall, and then it plays his music as you walk past.
That sounds really cool.
But yeah, it's going to be a fab show. Superstars usually on the socials tonight. Carol Lewis joins us from Texas. Barbara R is in from Indiana. Carlette Morris joins us from Arkansas. Polly Coe says fabulous day to all from Brownstown, Florida. Sherry Miller says hi everyone from the great outdoors of Oregon.
Oregon, is the bear still there? Did the bear leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the bear, Sherry?
How do you get rid of a bear in the garden? Do you do shoo shoo, or what do you do?
Shoo bear. I don't know.
What, Nicola?
What?
If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, you're dead. I don't know if I like that rhyme. That's how you remember bears, or what to do with bears.
Really?
Good. Well,
I haven't got much of that problem up in Newcastle where I grew up. I've got to say, we didn't have to learn that, but I'm sure in Oregon, probably would be worth knowing. You know?
It's
I'm
good.
not sure you'll have to tell us how do you shoot a bear.
Let us know. Sure. I genuinely wonder what you do. Because the worst we have here, I don't know. You might get
a fox.
A fox in your garden, or next door's cat might come over or something.
Next door's cat does love teasing our dog. I've got to say.
Oh really? What, up on the fence?
It just walked in and went and strolls across the front of the glass doors, and Willow's like, "What? Little cockapoo?" She gets all like kind of, "I'm not having it." And you're going, "Oh, it's just the cat. Just calm down. What's your telly? Shut up.
Come on, you've seen.
Have a chew."
Yeah, have a chew. Have a chew. Come on, go fetch your ball. Do something. It's just a cat. Get over it, for goodness sake. Mary Beth Doyle joins us from Minnesota. Lillian Kwok is in saying, hello, Sheena. Hi, Ben, and everyone else here. We've got Charlotte and Nicola in the gallery steering the good ship craft. We've got a hello and a hey. from those two. Just see if you can work out which one said which. Sarah Leahy is in saying, hi Ben, Sheena and Crafters TV team. Hey Sarah, thank you for your message. Glad you got the joke book. Which is your favourite? Let me know in the comments. Debbie Durant is in.
Debbie Durant, Deborah Durant. Yeah.
Says, hello everyone, I've got my dinner prepared and I'm ready to go with round three. Round three.
Yeah. Ding ding. Oh, did you do it at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh Ben, this is just like, wow. Good thing it's just once a week, eh? Or would be like, oh, we're talking to, I don't know, it's Ben, it's Sheena, I don't know.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I'll come in with a waistcoat on, that'll confuse you.
Hey, if you want a waistcoat, I'm the guy. If you want to borrow one.
Yeah. You sport a good waistcoat, Ben.
I do love a waistcoat.
You sport them well.
Thank you. And as you guys know, there you go, Charlotte. It's because I hate ironing. Stick a waistcoat on, boom. You can always know when I've done my ironing because I'll just wear a shirt without the waistcoat, which is not very often. Marsha's in from Pennsylvania saying, hi Sheena and Ben. Meave Seaver says, hi from Dublin and a lovely evening it is here. And Sherry Miller says, firecrackers and gunpowder. I think that's how you get rid of the bear.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Although she also then says, you let a bear do his thing and move away slowly.
Move very slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you meant to shout at them. You don't want to antagonise a bear, do you not? Jane Quigley says, I had fox cubs playing in my garden last night. And Sharon says, we have a fox in our garden. I've caught photos of it on our security cameras. Well, there you are. Thank you, everybody. Let us know, what is the weirdest thing you've ever had in your garden? There's a talker for this evening. Let's get going. I would just want to quickly tell you about the Showstopper collection. Now, Sheena's going to demo with these. I don't, because this is so hot off the press, as I explained earlier on, I don't have physical samples. I know normally you're like, oh, Ben shows you the boards. I haven't got any, but what I can show you is some beautiful finished samples here that you have got the ability to copy should you wish, but you've got poppies in this collection. You've got that beautiful rose in there. We've got the hibiscus in there too, plus the petunia. So you get each of those beautiful flowers, big size stamps as well, photopolymer, and they come with additional swirls and foliage and also little words and sentiments in there too. So those are your 23 stamps that you can get. And then within the Showstopper, we then bring you all of the aqua pens as well. You get all 48, but if you go for the Showstopper, it actually works out that you only pay for half of them. So you only pay for 24 of them. It's an incredible opportunity to pick these up and try them for the first time. And what's been great, of course, about today is Sheena's been using all of her amazing stamps and all of the demos have been with these aqua pens. So you can basically take all of these goodies away, be one of the final, I think about 18 people now to grab this, and then you've got Wake Up Call, Colour Me Happy, and whatever we do in this show to then go home, all these ideas to try out, but go quickly. As I've said, Showstopper is this, it's all of this, but you only pay for half of that, which is why the price tag is £62.35 or $84.62, but for only about the next 18 people. I'll keep you updated as far as stock is concerned, but that will disappear. Let's get on over to Sheena. Oh, sorry, I will stop talking in a minute. Two final things. Questions. If you have any questions, fire those in, because what we're going to do towards the end of the show is have a little bit of a sit down section, essentials corner. So fire those in, and Susie, if we can listen to me, so what is it? If we can collate those in a little thing that I can then do later, that would be marvellous. So we'll ask all the questions. Anything you want on this show, anything crafting in general, fire those in. And also, just to say, at the end of the show, we will also be giving away all of Sheena's makes today that don't end up being the demo of the day. And all you need to do to be in with a chance of winning that bundle is simply comment, say hello, ask a question, join in with the hashtag Bants. That's all you have to do, and we'll do all of that towards the end of the show. Right, let us get going and see what we can do, Sheena. So we're going to concentrate on the stamps for the first demo, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to say those stamps a bit?
Yes, good idea for people who haven't seen them.
Just as the last few people,
last chance.
if you're going to miss them, I wouldn't want you to miss them if you want to get them. So I'm going to take that off there because you can see easier if I do that. That's what you're getting. That's the stamp there. Big, huge bloom. Just the right amount of shading. You've got all these little elements here. Mine need to be stuck back on there because they're on the side of the workspace here.
Yeah.
But that there, and as Ben said, photopolymer, so really perfect, crisp, gorgeous images stamping out there. So that was the rose. Then we've got the poppies. I love poppies. Poppies are just forever popular. It's kind of, well, looking at the other side there, forever popular poppies.
Popular.
Yeah, popular poppies. They
Popular.
So yeah, really, again, with the little swirls there, I've fit in as much as I possibly can for you to give you value for money, as much as I can on an A6 size format, which hits the price down. It also shows how, if you like to use a smaller card, if you like to send smaller cards, they still fit well within that kind of real estate that you've got. But they're big enough and bold enough and wow enough to really stand and speak for themselves on a larger card as well, with a little bit of matching and layering, which is what the team have done. My amazing inkoids. And then we've got the Junior. Yeah, the inkoids, yeah, which is my design team, if you're wondering. That's what we call the design team. And that's the Petunia. So this is a lovely corner card. If you want to put that and extend these flourishes out from each side and the flourishes from the other ones, you can make a really big swag kind of corner arrangement there. So lots and lots to play with, lots to do with them, which is why I think you've been inspired so far. So let's see if we can do a little bit more inspiration. Shall we show you some of the samples just again?
Oh yeah, why not,
last few
please.
People who are going to get them. Well, this card here is one I'm going to plan on demonstrating this
that looks like
this hour. Isn't it cool?
That's incredible. It looks like a real flower.
I know. This is this background technique. I've been practicing with a little bit of what I can show you how we can do that. Get that there with the opaque ink pads. Wait till you see what I'm playing with that. Really cool. Debbie created this one for me with the pencils, that one. But this is more that we've got this hour, using, incorporating the dies we've got on the show.
Yes,
these are all ready
cards.
because I've got them all ready to play with, to show you how the dies will work with them. So all of these here, if you like these, don't hang around, because as Ben said, there's not that many left.
Super limited.
That's with the bundle. That's what you can do with. And by the way, you're getting all of those colours in if you go for that
showstopper.
The showstopper.
Yeah.
You've got the primaries, you've got the essentials, the nature, and the florals. So you don't have to choose. Massive amount of colouring potential there. So keep going with these fabulous creations that the team have been playing with. There, it's full. You see the intensity of that colour. You can't get that with lots of other colouring products. They've got to have that intense colour to start with. You can't put it back, but you can tone them down. So toning down is not a problem. Putting colour back, that's not going to happen. But then look at how subtle and delicate and just, wedding card, even a sympathy card. We don't like sending them, but how appropriate would that be?
Exactly, and that's, again, we talked about this, flowers are popular for every occasion, aren't they?
That's it. This
every
is what,
occasion.
florists will tell us that. That's why they're there, and that's why every supermarket virtually has a flower section.
They do now, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. And, what do we go for? It's the flowers and full angel policy. So if you make to sell, these are just standards that you're going to, as we said,
that's
people
beautiful.
are going to want time and time again. Lots and lots of fabulous things you can do. This is something we made within the previous hour, which is what we'll pick out with clear or white embossing powder, and stamping with them and spritzing with them. Lots of things, lots and lots of things. So that's just a little overview, and then we'll get to having a bit of play.
And do you know what as well, Sheena being as multi-talented as she is, if there's anything that you want to see, like in the last show, for example, Jane had just messaged in and was asking about using the pen straight onto the stamps. Sheena, straight into a quick demo showing you how you can do that. So if there's anything that you can see, I can't guarantee that we will do it, but if it's possible to show you, then of course, absolutely, Sheena will do that, because that again is one of the reasons you guys tune in. Obviously, you tune in for the great deals, but you tune in for the chat and the inspiration and the versatility that we've got to be able to go, okay, you don't know how to do that, we can show you, no problem at all. So fire those requests in, and as I say, get those questions in as well for later on, because we're going to be sat on the couch, I reckon, from about any time after 7:30, and if you don't get any questions in, it's just going to be half an hour of me and Sheena drinking tea. I mean, that's not going to be the most interesting thing in the world. So, you might be all right with that. Okay, fine. Well, if you're good with that. So, fire, impressions. We'll have a sing-song, but do get the questions in. A few quick highs, and then we'll get started. Nicola says we can record our audition tape for Eurovision.
Oh, absolutely. I can see it. Yeah. Brilliant, yeah. I think we should go retro though. I think polyester and flares. I see some of that. ABBA-esque. I think a nod to ABBA. That would be.
ABBA-esque.
So you and a cat. Yeah.
Yes. I like that idea.
Yeah.
A lot. What were you saying earlier on? If to get into Eurovision, you have to be nominated or have a broadcaster pick you to do it. Sarah must know somebody. Although Sarah's on the TV, isn't she? So maybe we could.
She could sort it.
Yeah.
Instead of ABBA, we could just be AB.
Ab.
Without the other two, the B and the A. So like, you know, Agnetha and Björn.
Yeah. I like that. Or we could be SB.
Thor.
I don't necessarily like using the initials of BS. I mean, that could be considered something else, isn't it, really? But, I don't think that's the best band name in the world.
Yeah.
That's what Charlotte said.
Might be appropriate.
Call yourselves BS. Heard of that band? Jennifer Garlington is in from Alexandra, Virginia. Hello, Hannah, who says, I got home from work, my Crafters Inspiration magazine is here. Yes, so I've got you on the TV whilst I have a gander. That's going to be my first chance to play with the Bohemian collection. Hi to Betty Weaver, who's joined us. Hi, Sharon Horn, who says, I really look forward to Sheena Wednesdays. Yes. Pamela Greenidge joins us. Marsha's in. And Jessica Stricker says, we had 16 deer in our backyard a few years ago. Now we just get 3. What happened to the others?
Oh, I love deer. Beautiful, aren't they? They're just so pretty.
They are.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for now. Well, we've got loads more comments coming through, but we'll read them as we go. Let's get started, because I worry that if we don't start doing this, it will be sold out before we get to it. So over to you.
Well, I thought we'd do a version of this, which is fabulous, which incorporates the gorgeous dyes that we have on the show. And but this is coloured in with the pencils, but we're going to use the aqua markers instead.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I've got the oval already cut there, and I'm going to stamp using the opaque ink pad, and I'm going to use Twilight Grey. I've been experimenting. I did my go-to were the water reactives for the, you know, like a pale line to colour in.
Yeah.
So that you kind of don't see the line much. And I've discovered actually today, hot off the press, that I'm actually preferring the opaque for this technique. They seem to be kind of, well, I just think they're perfect. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous?
Absolutely.
And the bundle that's available is, honestly, there's the pale one, like the straw bale. Straw bale, great one for that as well. But I really like, it's just such a, they seem to be less obvious because of that, like chalky opacity than the water. And they hold the line really well. They stamp really cleanly. So I'm liking those a lot. Can you tell? Good. All right. So, all right, I will stop waxing lyrical with that and I'll move on. So what I'm going to do is I've just got the primary set out, just because I've been saying with the primary set, you can mix lots of other sets, but with the bundle, you're going to get them all. So we're going to concentrate on this. So absolutely make yourself a colour chart. So I'm going to pick out some, I've got some purple, and I'm going to pick some navy out as well, because I'm going to mix some colours. And the thing is with these, very rarely will you use them in that intense colour straight out the pen. So think of them as like the concentrated bit that you're going to dilute. So think of the money saving that you've got there. It's like packet soup. You know, you get a little thing, you're going to get gallons. Like,
I think it was like your squash.
Your squash, or your concentrated, triple concentrated squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of, exactly.
That's how I'm going to think about it from now on.
That, good. Right, now notice, no green.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll mix it then.
Going to make green?
Okay. Yeah, we'll mix it. We'll take some yellow out. And we'll take some, well, yes, because I've kind of committed myself to doing that now, because I said we'll just use the primary, so let's do it. So let's start off with the petunia, yeah? And we'll scribble some pink, like that, which is actually purple. It's not pink, it's purple. And we'll scribble some of the navy, but from this we will get more of a bluey purple. And I'm going to use my brush, and I'm going to take mix this together a little bit. Can you see just a little bit of blue into that, and it makes it much more of a less pinky, more purpley.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just take and just pick some of the centre of this. Now, this is one of those ones that you need to just take your time and have a play at home, and just, it's difficult for TV when you're stamping this kind of no line option because you kind of can't see the line. But I can, and that's the point. You want to not, you don't want to see it much at all, if at all, when you're finished, but enough so that you can follow it while you're colouring it in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're just dragging this out again like this, and we'll put a little shadow behind that one, and then clean the brush, add a little bit of water, and then just little circles and just pull out that colour that you've just put down there. Can you see how really pretty that blend is? It's just enough to give that petal a really nice, light, delicate kind of shading there without having to work too hard at it. And this one here, we'll put this just here, like that, and maybe a little bit there and a little bit around there, just so that it, again, it shades it a little bit. When you set up to start painting, I'm not the tidiest and most kind of like, well, tidy, yeah, I'm not, that's not me. But when I'm painting, I always do start with a tidy kind of workspace. And by that, I'll always have my water and kitchen paper at hand. Because all the time I'm painting with a water-based product, I'm picking it up, and then I'm wetting the brush and dabbing it onto my kitchen paper, which will always be sat underneath my little water container, so that when I'm blending, this is the effect I'm getting by just adding the colour and then a little bit of water, and it's just a habit thing, in the water onto the kitchen paper.
Yeah.
So, and it just makes things so much easier. So can you see how we're going on there? We'll pop that one just in here, like this. There's a little bit more blue in that, so I'm just going to pop a little bit more purple.
Whilst we're watching you, we can just say hello to Wanda, who's joined us. She's bought the stamps, unboxing her duet ink pads today.
Yay!
Exciting.
Fabulous. So you've got that really pretty blend there now, Ben. And so what you can do is in the centre, if you're stuck, have a look at one that you've already stamped out. If you're doing this really pale, you can have a look and remind yourself, or look at your packaging for your stamp and give yourself a little reminder there. So I'm just going to paint that in, and this here I'm going to do darker so that we pull this out so that the base of these petals is much darker, like that around there. Can you see? And just, we can integrate by a little bit of that purple around there and drag it out. Just again to, now we can deepen it, we can darken the, I would say make it, do your shading, then have a look, and if you think, oh, it's looking a bit flat, increase the contrast by making something a little bit darker. Be brave with it, because it's hard to maybe make things lighter, but you can usually always make somewhere a bit darker. But be careful, because once you've made it darker, it's another task making it light again.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got that there. So that looks very watercolory there. I'm very happy with that. And the centre, we could use a little bit of this yellow, just like that, and pop that just there. And I love that I've got that little bit of the blue, which gives that centre a little bit of shading. Can you see? And we can put the little white dots in there shortly as well. Now the beauty is as well, when this is dry, I can go in and use the fine nib on my pens, this bit here, to put in, it's still a little bit wet at the minute, but we can go in and just define some areas if we want with the pen and bring out some detail if you've lost it. So don't worry if you think, oh, it's gone a little bit too blended. You can always put this back in afterwards with a little bit of application, just like that, and just look at the stamp if you think, oh, how does it go? Just again remind yourself with the original image and it'll keep you right. So can you see how soft and watercolory that looks?
Absolutely,
really pretty. Should we do some leaves and show you how that works?
Yeah, so look.
Can fit as much as possible. Oh yeah, I've remembered now. I'm looking for the green. We haven't got one.
No.
Right, so I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper. Always have a bit of scrap ready as well. So this is where we're going to try mixes. So green, as you know, is yellow and a blue. But with primaries, there's more than one yellow and there's more than one blue. And this one you would say was a cold, oh, you can't see it, right, okay, let me come in, let me bring it in a bit closer for you because I've got a lot going on. That one there is the yellow, and it's what you would say a cooler yellow, as opposed to this one here, which is the gold, which is a warmer gold, a warmer yellow. So they're going to make different greens, and these two blues, again, very different. You've got the navy, which is really intense, so we'd need very little of that, and we've got the teal here. So whenever you mix in a green, always start, and I'm liking this because this is beautiful beginnings. This is exactly the kind of thing that people don't tell you, but you need to know. Start with the lightest colour first. So you start with your yellow, put a little bit of your blues to one side, just a little bit. I'm trying to do it so that you can see, just very small amount of each blue. Yeah, you've got some there. And then take that blue, little bit at a time, to the yellow. And you'll be surprised at how little you need to get that green that you want. Yeah. So that could be the light green that we can put on the on here. I'm just thinking of time and how much to eat. Well, let's do this leaf down here. So I can show you lots of things. So,
do you tend to mix on a glass mat when you're at home as well, or?
Yes, or you know what would be a good thing to use is I used to use it like a ceramic tile. If you've got a ceramic tile, an old plate, anything like that. Because if you don't use all of your ink that you've scribbled onto your tile or your plate or whatever it is like that, you can pop it to one side. Whereas if it's on your mat, you are you're going to wipe it up, aren't you? You're going to, so if you want to just be a bit more frugal, you could do it that way. So now I'm mixing this green here into this gold, and you'll find we've got a totally different green. Look how cool that is, very similar to moss. So then you can add a little bit more of a darker shade. Now I'm probably not going to continue with all of this one because there's so much I want to show you.
Yes.
And so I'm just going to show you how I would paint the leaves. We've seen how I would paint the flower and how we would mix the green. So that there is then, can you see how now we've got a really soft, looks like you've hand painted it. It doesn't look like there's a stamp there at all once you've painted. So I would just continue to do these guys the same as this one. And then the little bits of green with the buds in there. We can do that if we need to come back to it, but I think we've shown you enough of that to see how that works there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we have a little break and do something else?
Yeah, why not? Just again, so many hints and tips for you this evening. I will tell you, if you want to go for the Botanical Blooms Showstopper, where you've got single figures remaining now, so you will have to be quick if you want to pick that one up. And there's so many of you, you're just saying how much you're enjoying the shows tonight. Ilona's saying what beautiful samples, amazing stamps, topped off with Sheena's talent. I know, triple threat tonight, really is. Rhonda says, Ben, I've sent in the picture of my pick with the lei made with hibiscus flowers. Nice. And hubby Ken with a lei made from the, oh, you are joking me, made from the Puwakanikani. How do you, Puwakanik, Puakenikeni. How's your Hawaiian?
Not that great. It's as good as me English. I just do Geordie.
That sounds a bit Geordie, actually.
I like hearing you trying to say it.
Puwakanikani tree. Can you spell it out for me phonetically?
Later.
Yeah, we'll see that thing. There it is, the lei. Oh, wow.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, that's made from the Puwakanikani tree. Thank you, Rhonda, for sending that picture in. Lovely to see. And if you can just... It's what? Puwakanikeni. Oh, I made a bit of a hash of that then, didn't I?
Close.
Huh?
Close.
Puwakanikeni. Still sounds quite Geordie-like.
Puwakanikeni, man. It's your Puwakanikeni tree.
Look at Puwakanikeni like. But you're dear, man.
I could have got a first time.
Yeah, well, I did say. I've just ordered the stamp sets. I can't wait because I've got the first set from Sheena, and I love them, says Sharon Horn. Gina Henshaw says, good afternoon, Ben and Sheena. Hello. I love these. I've ordered them. I can't wait for them to arrive. And what a good job you are doing, Sheena.
Thank you.
Alina joins us from just saying good evening, Ben, Sheena, and everybody. Charlotte's in from Herne Bay, and Sharon Horn says, I'm absolutely going to make the colour chart. I love that idea, but on Wednesdays I can't craft as I have to concentrate, so I don't miss anything Sheena shows us.
Okay.
And also, by the way, questions. Thank you for these. We're going Eve B, if you don't mind, we'll do it towards the end of the show when we have our little sit-down section. So, because otherwise, as I say, we'll just be sat there singing and doing silly impressions. I have not got my ukulele in work today. I took that home.
Ukulele?
Yeah, I had it the other day. We were singing and doing, because it was National Limerick Day on Friday.
Oh.
So we were singing little limericks and having a little bit of a sing-along.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is today's National Day? I don't know. You have to look it up. If it's Sheena's amazing, says Terry Grewan. It's like a whole new chapter of Academy of Colour. Wednesdays are my favourite day of the week. And Cindy Condi on YouTube says, I'm trying to get my husband interested in watercolour, so he actually asks me to purchase more items. I am liking that idea. That is a great idea. Yes, get hubby involved. That's a great way to do it. Lois joins us from Ohio as well. And hi to Laura, who says, even the closed captions won't attempt the Hawaiian flower name. Well, he's not going to attempt it when I'm making a hash of it. Like, what did I say? Puakenikini. It's actually Puakenikini.
Puakenikini's tree.
Yeah, like Puakenikini. Let's have a look. Puakeni. Let's have a look at the opaque pigment ink pad selection, Sheena's selection here. So if you want to pick these up this evening, again, perfect for doing your blending and your embossing techniques with as well, of course. So 11 colours. Again, the saving here is incredible. You should be over £65, almost $98. You're £35.20 or $52.80 if you're platinum. Grasshopper, Lagoon, Oasis. There's that beautiful lemon tonic, always one of the most popular ones. And then you've got your straw bale as well. So I like the fact you've got like a the different colours of yellow in there. You've got your plum jam. Yeah, there's a lovely plum festival in Pershore.
Plum, yes, indeed. The Pershore Plum Festival, that's where it comes from.
That still tickles me that there's a festival just to celebrate plums. Pink tulip. You've got the beautiful Bordeaux in there, and then a selection of your purples, so the crushed velvet and your damson wine. And then again, everyone's favourite, the parakeet is included in there too. That is a great buy tonight for all of those, $35.20 or $52.80. Wanda says, she is amazing. That's you, that is. My bank account is in the danger zone. I'm in the Sheena zone.
Oh yeah, that's very so appropriate, yeah.
That was the right thing, wasn't it?
Twilight Zone, yeah, absolutely spot on.
We're going to move on to pencils. Now, you know what? I'm pleased with doing this because we added these to the show sort of fairly late. They are on the Shop the show page for you, but they weren't originally on the show. But I'm glad we're doing them because I feel like, by the way, this is the botanical collection, so you're going to get all of these beautiful colours just here. I feel like that we do a lot when it comes to Colour Me Happy and Spectrum Noir shows on the colour blend pencils, but I don't feel that we do as much with the aqua pencils. You see the aqua markers a lot, but not the aqua pencils. So I think I'm as interested as you guys to kind of delve into these and have a little look at these a lot more. But we've got the botanical selection available for you. Once again, artist quality watercolour pencils, £19.99 tonight or $23.99 if you want to jump in and grab those. We've also got the essentials collection available for you on the show as well. But my question with these, Sheena, and you sort of half answered it, I guess, over the course of the shows today, is that so you obviously got your watercolour pens, the aqua pens. Yeah. We've got our aqua blend pencils here, which are watercolour. Yeah. When would you use which? Have the pens got some sort of superhero power that the pencils don't have, or is it just a case of whatever you fancy? Like, how would you choose, and when would you use one and not the other?
Perfect, good question. Right, so the pens are good for a larger area as well because of created backgrounds. Like earlier, I showed you how you can scribble onto your mat, pick it up with a little bit of kitchen sponge, and you can create backgrounds like this. We could put sparkle pens with that. We painted this whole thing this morning using the aqua markers. That wouldn't be as easy and as quick using the pencils.
Right.
All right. But the pencils are, if you are not as proficient at controlling the water with watercolour initially, pencils are easier because they don't go anywhere. I'll show you when we come to a background. So you can put the colour down lightly with the pencil, and it's go nowhere until you add the water to it.
Activate it almost.
Yes, with the others, you have to put the colour on and keep it moving and kind of manage it. I'll show you a background.
Yeah.
It's easier to show you, but they're both fabulous, and you can use them with each other as well. You can power up. We'll maybe colour that one as well with it. So let's
power up. What? Use aqua pencils?
Yeah, just mixed media.
Well,
the original term of mixed media is just basically more than one medium on a card, right? So if you use aqua markers and aqua blend pencils, and then you can even use your colour soft pencil, your colour blend pencils as well. You can use all of these things if you use them in the right order. That's mixed media. That's original artist's meaning of mixed media.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. So I love this background. This background is so cool. So I thought we've got these fabulous opaque, this bundle, ink pads on. Can we do it? I love, it's like, if I've ever seen verdigris, I've ever seen metal, it's like you've thrown down the gauntlet. It's like, right, can I make it with what I've got?
Yeah.
And I think we can.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now. And then we'll colour the rose. How about that? So this is from this fabulous set here. Where's my packaging? I've just lost it. There it is. That one there, if you're wondering. It's the Opulent Oval.
Yeah.
And I love these guys. So you get your nesting oval dies to put your element in the centre. But this is what I'm loving, this here. So I'm going to pop them back in there, because we will start playing with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that opaque set that we just mentioned.
Yes.
All right, and then come back to that if that's all right.
Yeah.
So the opaque set, I've picked out 3 colours. I have Straw Bale, I have Bordeaux, and I have Parakeet.
Okay.
All right, so, and that should technically give us a really cool verdigris look. So here's what I'm going to do to start with. I've cut a piece of card bigger than the folder, and I'm taking my ink pad and I'm dragging it like this across. Now it doesn't matter if it's a bit patchy and a bit streaky, that's exactly what we want, that kind of, so just drag it across like this, okay? We still want some black showing through, so that's cool. I know.
What a great effect that is.
But it's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
It is really cool.
And then a bit of the Bordeaux, like that, just drag it down. Yeah? So look, you've already got like a wood grain look going on.
Yeah.
But we want to make it look more like a verdigris, which is where this really cool Parakeet comes in.
Get out of town. That's not going to...
in town.
Is it?
Back in town. Yeah. Look. So this now adds that cool verdigris look over the top. You know, when you get that really fabulous teal where we haven't got the metal we've got covered. We're going to put that on via the wonders of the wax. So I'm going to wipe that up. I'm going to dry that quickly. We're going to put that through the folder, and then we will, it's like, as I think of Blackadder every time I do this, we're going to invent purest green. But we're going to, it's like alchemy, Ben, right?
It is like alchemy. It's witchcraft. That's what this is.
So, but how cool. So there, what you can do, your ink pads, not just for stamping, but for really cool, your water reactives wouldn't show up on your black card. These guys do, obviously, and you've got that really nice kind of, you know, almost kind of matte, chalky-ish look. And of course, the new ink pads would do that fabulous.
Oh, yes.
As well. But the fact that we've got a great bundle on these, and the colours are all from that bundle. And if you like the look of this, once I'm done, let me see, is that just about a little bit, still a little wet?
Is that just on a normal matte black card you're using
Matte black
there?
card, yeah,
Yeah,
regular matte black card, yeah. And we're going to now put that through the folder. Let's say that's done there, enough. So I'm going to pop it through my embossing folder. I couldn't remember, you know, the sandwich for this, so I hope I'm right. I think I'm right. I'm going for it. So pop it in there.
Yep.
And it worked anyway. I've got the main plate, and I've got a magnetic and a spacer, and it worked for me earlier.
Okay.
Okay. So
I don't know if you need the magnetic, but I'll shush. If it works, it's fine.
yeah, it actually went through. Yeah. Just usually use the magnetic. Maybe I had too much in. Hang on then.
I don't think you need
I'll
the
take the
magnetic
out. Yeah, I tried a ridiculous one earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, getting back there. Come on, come on.
Is it?
Thank you. Come on.
There we go. There
Yay.
we
Oh,
go.
no, yay, whoa. Yeah, oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Whoa! Whoa!
That was cool.
Right.
That was so cool.
I invented it here.
Yes.
Let's try that again. Right, we'll put that in there. Yes, it's a 3D.
Oh, so I think you just need the, no, you don't need the top plate. I think it's
Oh,
just the
that
two.
was the, yes, that's
it's a
what
3D,
I did.
isn't it? That's
I had
why.
that, and I had the spacer plate. Where did I put the spacer plate now? Is it somewhere on the other side of this? Spacer plate, yeah. Right, so here we'll do this again. I did have the magnetic thing. This is what I had, right? Let's do it again. I had that, and I had that, and I'm sure it was fine.
That's the one, I think.
Let's try that again.
There we go.
Right, yeah. Okay. Can we do some more colouring?
Yes. That was brilliant, though.
That
I
was
really
good,
enjoyed that.
wasn't it?
I enjoyed that.
That was a good drum beat. You could have done a little bit of, beatboxing with that, couldn't you? You missed your opportunity, Ben. Right,
Oh,
so
dear.
there you go. Bit of drama. Yay! Oh,
What's the matter?
I've done it the wrong way.
Ah.
I've done it debossed. I don't know, so well. Well, that's all right. We'll just do it this way instead.
Okay.
It would have looked better that way, right?
Yeah.
But we'll do this again. We'll do it this way. Let's just go like that, right? So let's pretend that didn't happen, and we'll start again.
Okay.
I was going to go over, to be honest, with this again, over the raised areas, right, like that. So it was going to that was the plan.
Yes. Note in future for me as well. I take more notes of plate combinations because I use the MIDI. You see. Yeah. Because the plate combinations just do not stick in my mind. So whenever I use the MIDI, it's just the folder. To do the die cutting and then the shim, so I don't ever have to think about anything like that, but I shall concentrate more in future. Lillian says that happened to me once.
Did it? I'm pleased to say that was my gift to you. My gift this evening, courtesy of moi, was that little performance accompanied.
I enjoyed it.
Back in drum beat.
Bit of action on the show tonight.
That might end up in the bloopers.
Bloopers, it's going to be there. Oh, who would send that to the bloopers team? Nicola, that is so...
That'd be wicked.
You thought you knew Nicola and she's sent that straight to the bloopers team.
She seems such a canny lass.
Doesn't she, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the appearances can be deceptive.
Oh,
you know?
no.
They would never do anything like that to me. They've never done that to me before when I've, said something wrong or done something wrong.
Hey, think you know somebody. So what I'm going to do, I'm just drying this, so I'm looking to see when it goes matte. That's pretty much it dry, and it's a really nice matte chalky finish. And I've got a couple I did earlier as well, so almost there, getting there. And what will happen is that really bright teal tones down a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use gilding wax, and unfortunately it's going to cover a lot of that I've just got on the raised area. Yeah. So I do want some more on the background, so just, bear with. We'll just do a little bit more on the background, which is why, if you do this again, if you try this, do what I would have done the first time and do it on the background first. Yeah, so you've got that, the background covered with some kind of like distressed looking effect. Because when we do the next bit, it will not be as, you'll not see it because I'm going to be putting gilding wax on. So the raised bits are kind of going to be hidden underneath gilding wax, if that makes sense. Right, let's try that, and then we'll leave it at that. I'm going to trim it down as well, so we'll dry that again. Ben, is there anything you need to say while I dry this?
There's loads of lovely comments coming through. Lots of people enjoying the show tonight. Loving the screwball comedy, as Sue puts it. Fun with Ben and Sheena.
Yay!
We
have to have a laugh, don't we?
Oh, we have a laugh. And Sharon says, this is one of the reasons these shows are so good. We can see how to recover from an error and turn it into something great anyway. We're warts and all here. We're warts and all. What's the point in, trying to hide things? If we're going to make mistakes, then, we'll do it for you. Take Debbie and her wax seal gate, for example. Sherry says, I need Sheena to come to Oregon and shoo the bears with her 3D folders.
I've got it sorted, Sherry. I'm on it.
That's the way, isn't it, to get rid of the bears?
I'm on it. I'm on it, Sherry.
That's it.
They'll fear the Gemini in my hands.
It's like 1, 2, 3, fire!
And you know what the irony is? I actually launched the Gemini in America.
Did you?
First, yeah, nobody's seen it. Yeah, I was there with Leanne. We were at the big show, and yeah, it was me that launched the Gemini there. Well, you see, what can I say? It's my age. I tend to forget now and again.
No, and it doesn't
kind of
happen,
thing?
as I say, that it doesn't go in my head because I don't use an electronic machine. That's why I say the MIDI is simplicity without
Yeah, like the
electricity.
MIDI. The MIDI's yours, is it? The MIDI's, yeah, the
yeah.
way to go. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm just trimming this down, Ben, okay? Just to get rid of those little bit of dodgy sides and try to make it even as well, because obviously it's got a finite size, that folder.
Yeah.
So we want, really, come on. Right, I'm going to cut that bit off there. Right, there you go. No inner monologue either, Ben. Can you see? I can pretend it's cool, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been a long day as well, hasn't it, Sheena?
oh, yeah.
We're all good.
It's a bit sad, but right, nearly there, almost there. Again, back to love, actually. One more thing, sir. Yeah, that'll do.
Beautiful.
Sort of in the middle.
Yep.
Sort of-ish. With astigmatism, can I just say. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the yellow wax.
Yay!
And again, I'll probably get this wrong, you know, and I went to Moseby and we come back with this, me and Leanne. That was another thing we did many years ago.
What, with the Gouda wax?
Yeah.
Well, you and Leanne brought the Gouda wax back from Marseille to Crafters?
It was like, what do you, the guys at Pebio said, because we'd sold so much with the with Paint Fusion when I launched it, I recommended the Pebio paints for that effect, and Pebio were like, wow, what's happened? We can't keep up with the paints. They had to stop everything and produce more paints. It was so popular when we launched it that it was like, do you want to come and see what else you can use? So yeah, they took Leanne and I over to Marseille. Can you imagine that? Zig and zag on the road.
Zig and zag on the road.
Yeah, really. And it was like, let's have a look and see what they've got. And this was originally like a home decor product.
Yeah. Is that where they're based in, Marseille?
Marseille, yeah. Yeah, it's lovely. Really, really nice. So hospitable, lovely. Nice people, yeah, lovely. And amazing products, you know, really.
And,
I mean, you can...
Sorry to interrupt, but you said, so it initially used for...
For furniture and restoration and, you know, big things, not cards, which is why it's phenomenal value, because you use such a small amount on your cards and your 3D projects that that's why we're scoring, really, because it wasn't, you know, it's in such big jars. If it was marketed for the card paper crafting, you'd probably have a quarter the size max, and you would still last you ages. So I am just going to trim that down a little bit. That there will now dry a bit, because that's real metal in there. That's not just a coloured a mica, which means that it will polish. So that is one of those things that the more you polish it, the brighter it gets. But it'll bond on there for a little bit.
So could you literally buff that with a cloth then to get it?
Yes, a dry cloth. So give it, you know, a minute or so at least to dry, and then what you'll do is you'll literally just take a dry cloth, and then you'll see it absolutely shine. It's amazing. It is bonded metal, so it is bonding a metal to the surface. Can you see the shine on that side?
Cool, blimey, that is incredible.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
So that is without the gymnastics of the Gemini.
Gymnastics of the Gemini.
Gemini gymnastics. I'm like Olga Corbett of the crafting Gemini world. This is closer I'll ever get, Ben.
Oh dear.
So that there is a little cool, little distressed verdigris-esque, and you can put a little bit more teal on that now if you wanted a little bit more on. There's nothing to stop you. Let's just pop a little, that's better.
That looks gorgeous.
Just a little bit on the top there, and it's just dragging a little bit more of the colour. I like that better. Onto there, a little bit more of that kind of verdigris. It's cool, isn't it? That you can just do that with your ink pads and have a bit of play. So I'm going to tidy this up, and then we'll colour a rose in with pencils. How about that?
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through, because these are brilliant. Didn't know it was launch day today, says Sharon. Good one. Hey, good one. I see what you did there. Rhonda says, yep. gives new meaning to the word launch. And Fred says, Sheena is now launching 3D folders. It's not the launch of the 3D folders today, but if you do want to go for these, it is, but it isn't. We launched these I say quite a while back. Certainly last 6 weeks or so, I think, maybe 2 months. 3D embossing folder and nesting dies. If you want this collection, the one that Sheena's just been using, great price tonight. I tell you what, £24, $32. You get the 3D embossing folder with each of the sets, and then with each of the sets, you get the handy nesting dies to work with them. So, as you can see, you've got that beautiful emboss from the actual embossing folder itself, and then if you then want to cut out all of the segments with your nesting dies, you can create this beautiful matte and layered effect to pop on a sentiment, or maybe an embellishment, or alternatively you can just go for the frame itself, as we're going to see here, or you can just use the nesting dies separate as well. It's entirely up to you how you do it, but you've got the oval, the opulent oval. This one is the decadent diamond. Again, beautiful design on the embossing folder, and then all of the detailing there with those nesting dies. Then you've got the stylish square. Again, and I always show you these portrait, but of course you can go landscape with these too. That's the great thing about the designs. And again, if you just want to use the nesting dies on their own, you can. If you just want to use the folder on its own and then pop something else in the center, then you can. And then you've also got within this set the beautiful regal rectangle. And again, whether it's portrait or landscape, really, really super bundle. Look how nice that has turned out, says Sharon Miller. So good. Amazing, says Sharon. Love the look, says Rebecca Hawkins. And Sheena is so inspirational, says Carol. Carol Guy says, love the background information about the Pebeo wax. I can just imagine zig and zag on the road. Me too. When we come back, more. We're going to be penciling it, aren't we? That's what we're going to be doing. But listen, for the time being, we're going to take a quick break, give you opportunity to check out your baskets, and if you've got one of the last remaining of those showstoppers in there, get that checked out as a matter of urgency, because it is super duper busy, super duper busy. We will come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your baskets. I can tell you, I think we have one left of the showstopper, so you've got to be quick if you want to grab that. Elena Brown says, I've just thought of a band name for the two of you, Beena. Like that. Beena's good.
Beena, yeah.
I quite like Shabina as well. Shabina.
Shabina.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage, Shabina.
It's like you want to do it back in shaboom. Shaboom.
Shaboom. Shabina, shaboom. Shabina, shadoo.
That's what you were doing, it?
Yeah, we're only doing musical songs, yeah. Sheena's on the... Do it?
Yeah. Showstopper.
And I got the trombone. Always looking forward to my Wednesdays with Sheena, says Carol. Fred says, Ben and Sheena, group name, out to launch.
Yeah.
And put, if we did get on Eurovision, we'd have to have some sort of pyrotechnic thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paula Precious says, gilding wax, wow, next level. Need to find more time to practice all these new techniques. Talking of new techniques, we're going to have a look at the Aquablend pencils now. Is there a rose you're going to colour, did you say?
The rose, yeah. Well, I've made a little start just because so I can get ahead a little bit. What I've done, Ben, is I have picked out 4 colours, and I've gone with the, I'm using petunia. Oh, can't get away from petunia. Oh, look, Joe. Rose, elderberry, and crocus. Okay, so they're all kind of like, and that's what they look like when you add water, all right? So here's the thing, pencils. I can sit and I can start colouring a project, and I can, if I want to colour tidily in front of the telly, and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to just do that and get that out of the way. You can sit literally and colour the whole rose like this, and it looks rubbish right now, but that's not the way hopefully it's going to stay. And to do it, what I'm doing is I'm using the lighter colour. Yeah. And I'm just, the thing is, it's not like with wax-based pencils that you have to fill in all those little gaps in. So wax-based pencils work by, the paper has to have a tooth. So basically you're filling in the tooth of the paper with the pencil. That's how it clings. Yeah. With water-based, you only need that tooth to come into play just long enough to grab the pigment that's inside your pencil, okay? So, because we're going to add water, so that's going to be the thing that really makes the colour burst, and it then transforms into just like a watercolour. Yeah. So all you're doing, you're not having to colour every little bit, so it's quicker. So can you see how I've got that, all of that there, and probably as much as I need to do, to be honest, I can always layer it. I can come back and have a look and see what where I want to put a bit more colour later on. But for the minute, I think I'm going to say that's enough to start with on that rose there, and just continue. So the lightest again, just keep going around. So lighter on here, and the thing is, the fun bit is when you come to colour this, it's kind of like magic colouring, because all that colour just pops out of there and you go, whoa, where'd that come from? Yeah. You might not say it with a Geordie accent, but you're probably thinking, I think you should probably do it with a Geordie accent, like, man. Yeah, man. So we'll pop a little bit of that darker just at the base like that.
Aye, aye.
And if you want to see how it's going, we can stop there. And what you do is you add the water, okay? So start at the lighter bit, and we're going to add a little bit of water and just agitate it with the brush, just a little bit. This is where, again, these brushes are perfect for this. And then just start blending a little bit of colour into the next bit of colour. And also, what you're going to want to do is we'll probably come back over this and add some of the texture that you might lose, you might not, with the blending process. I've put the pencil on in the direction of the veins in the petal. Did you see the way I was applying that? I wasn't doing it across, I was doing it up and down to go with the petal. And that's how you then make it look like it's working for you. So basically this bit kind of twists around a little bit. You've got a bit there, and I'm just blending that and pulling that in, and then you see how we're lifting the next colour into it.
Yeah, very clever.
And then, but what we'll do is we'll layer it, because these layer really nicely. So if you want that intensity and that pop, that's where you go and put another layer onto it. So by doing this to start with, that's my first kind of test with it to say, yeah, okay, I like it, but we need a bit more impact. But what you'd never do is, when your pencils are wet, don't go in with the colour again, because if you do, it'll grab the colour.
Right.
Okay, so what we'd need to do, shall we do a little bit more colouring with the, just continue a little bit. So what I was saying about, I'm pulling down with the pencil in the direction of the petal. Can you see? So pulling in like that, and then I'm going to, in fact, let's do that one there. The other thing is, it's nice if you can keep a little bit of white card, which I haven't actually done that. I've just gone with the light pink. If you want it to look more contoured, if you with watercolour, the white is actually the white of the card. Yeah. So that's where you want to kind of preserve that if you can. I'm looking at, let me use that colour there. Let's pop that there like that. So just take your time, build it up a little bit, and don't worry if it doesn't look really super neat and you know, sharp and whatever, because this is just the first layer, the first lay down of the colour that you're putting on there. Put that in there.
I know you said you use them at different points, but do you have a preference that you enjoy using pencils or pens more, or does it not really matter to you?
It depends what mood I'm in, Ben.
Yeah.
They're all great because, and again, if I want to sit down and just, you know, have a kind of a cleaner kind of colouring session where they're less messy, I'll go for the pencils because they don't go anywhere. It's not until you add water. And when you add water, they're already on the paper, so they're not causing any bother. You know, they're a safe bet if you want to colour in the living room or something, or you're travelling and you're out and about. They're literally, you know, they're static. They're where they're at, where you've put them. If I want to create more background techniques and things, that's where I would come in with the aqua markers a bit more. But these are still, you can still create some really nice background effects with these too. So can you see how that's just building that up there and drag? Normally as well, you wouldn't cut out and then colour, you'd colour then cut out. I've done this just for time on the show. So just continuing around like that. So what we want to do, the main focus at the minute is to see if I've got a darker to a lighter area, and that's what I've got. I can see definition between the petals, but they're not popping. They're not as like 3D as I want them to be. So what I'm going to do is dry them in a minute. I'm going to continue like this, and that's the beauty of having the time like this, is that I can do this and hopefully show you how I would build that up. So again, just dragging like this with a pencil.
Is there, whilst you're colouring as well, I'll ask this question because it does come up a lot, is there a particular way to A, store these, and then B, when you need to sharpen them, do you sharpen them as you would a normal pencil?
Yeah, as a normal pencil, if you turn the pencil sharpener rather than the pencil, you've got less chance of breaking. But that's all really important. You know, this is all, you think that it's the only important bit of the pencil is the core. Yeah. Because that's what, so basically a good quality pencil has got less fillers and more pigment, all
Yeah.
right? And that's what you want. You want that from your pencils. And these ones have got a lot of pigment in them, which makes them the quality. But it's also about the wood that they're made of too.
The wood?
Because if the wood is, when you're sharpening them, if the wood is a poor quality, it'll keep breaking. And it means that you're using your pencils, you're going through your pencils quicker than you should do, because it's like, oh no, it's broken, oh no, it's broken, oh, it's Groundhog Day, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, don't, and then it does something again, you know? So you end up with like no pencil left because it just kept breaking. So that's not what you want. Even that's important. It has to be good quality wood. When we launched these, you know, it was all of these things that we needed to make sure that we passed on to you, because again, you want to know why these ones and why not some that you've just found, you know, the kids are playing with, and I'll give them a go, that'll be just as good. Well, they're not, honestly. You really are. Leanne's looked for the best payback for cost that she could possibly give you here. So you've got a really nice quality pencil for an exceptional price.
And would you tend to just keep them stored in the tins, or do you then...
And really important. Here's a big thing. You can hear the gravity in my voice then.
Oh, we go, it's changed there, didn't it?
Ba, ba, ba. You know that warning thing earlier? Meep, meep.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we could just quickly play that now, that warning noise, because this is, to show the gravitas of this piece of information.
Yeah. Hello, hello, tension. Excuse me.
Oh, can you tell us?
Yeah, well, the gravity here, Ben, is don't drop them. Because they're well coated, they're well, good amount of wood around these. But what you don't want is the core of your pencils to break, because then that comes back to that thing where you're sharpening them and sharpening them and sharpening them, and they just break. And it's just because you've dropped them. So keep them in the tins, keep them nice and tidy. Don't go on the trampoline with them.
Don't go on the trampoline.
Tempted. So,
I love that. Extreme crafting with Sheena Douglas. This afternoon, Sheena is using her Aquablend pencils on the trampoline. Boing, boing, boing.
I'll tell you what, after my Gemini thing, bring it on. Come on.
There you go. Question from Brenda. I'll ask this now because this is pertaining to what you're doing. She says, are you using water or blending solution?
No,
I'm confused.
Water. Absolutely right. I should have mentioned that. These are water-based pencils, which means the clue there is the water, because that's what you're doing. That's the difference. You don't have to. With the wax-based, they weren't originally intended to use with a blending solution. But people found that that's a quick way, a way of making it a quicker process, and it kind of emulates the look of a water-based pencil like these. But obviously you've got to use the solution, and it's not water, and this is just water. So literally that's it, just water. But you can see how really good fun it is once you start to get that little colour. Once you lay the colour down, that's the bit that's not as exciting. But when you add the water, that's when you get that, whoa, look at that, and the colour pop, and it's just a really, really lovely technique to do. So a little bit of water, don't have the brush soaking wet, and then you're going to build it up. So that's the first layer of the rose that we've got there, but we can make it more impactful. But before I come to that, should we do some of the leaves and then we can come back?
Yeah, why not?
Drying then. So let's try a little bit of this. So we've got, this is the set I'm using, is the botanical set. And I'm going to use some oregano, if you're across the pond.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oregano?
Well, oregano, yeah.
Oh.
And actually...
did not know that.
Yeah, cilantro is coriander. Yeah.
Cilantro,
yeah. A lot of Mexican food is use cilantro, and I was looking for ages. And I love Mexican food, and living in California, you get like such good Mexican food. Really lovely.
Right, cilantro is what did you say it was? It's coriander.
Coriander, yeah.
What's rocket? Did you say, Nicola?
Oh, I love arugula.
I love a bit of rocket, spicy
And
rocket.
you know, Swedes here.
Yeah.
You know what Swedes are?
Tell me.
Rutabagas.
What?
Isn't that fabulous?
You've just made that up.
I'm not. It's true. It's true. Tell Ben. All those people across the pond. Tell them.
Swede is a runanate. What is it?
Because a rutabaga. And,
A rutabaga?
because there was a restaurant, used to be, it was like a health food restaurant.
Are you winding me up?
No, it's the truth. When I lived there, and it was called rutabaga. Yeah,
It's a Swede. I know. Of course, yeah, it's zucchini, isn't it?
yeah.
Zucchini.
And,
Peppers. I don't know what peppers are called. Peppers are peppers, aren't they? I've never heard of that. Rutabaga.
Isn't it brilliant? It's a fabulous name. Yeah.
I always say this when our American friends message in from some amazing place names. I always say like we have Kathy in Mechanicsburg. I mean, what a great place name, and Weeki
cool
Watchy in
names.
Florida. Like, you guys have the better names for everything. And the
Everything.
fact, do you know what? From now on, I'm going to start calling Swedes whatever that thing was again.
Rutabaga.
Rutabaga.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
go-
fab, isn't it?
Yeah, I shall ask Laura tonight. I'll be like, tomorrow, should we?
Sweet is just so yesterday.
Yeah, should we have some rutabaga with our dinner? And she'd be like, what?
Hey, what?
Rutabaga? Yeah, rutabaga.
Yeah.
With some arugula and some zucchini.
Yeah, and if you're in Scotland, they're neeps, aren't they?
Neeps and tatties.
Neeps and tatties,
Aye,
yeah.
Craig Laird.
Yeah.
Neeps and tatties. Aye, with his iron brew.
From Garders.
What?
It was just made from Garders.
Oh, yes, I love that. Made from Garders. Aye, iron brew. That tastes horrible, that stuff.
Language is brilliant, isn't it? I do agree, though. American words are so cooler. Like canyon, isn't it? Canyon. Oh, I love. I lived near a place called Laguna, which is probably one of my favourite places on earth.
Near where?
Beach.
Laguna?
Laguna Beach, yeah.
Oh, Laguna
Beautiful
Beach.
place.
That sounds
Very
amazing.
arty community, really pretty. And used to drive through Laguna Canyon, and it just sounds so. It just sounds like summer and nice weather, doesn't it? The canyon.
How long were you out there for? I know you told me before, but...
Well, I was going to live there. I just come back temporarily. I was there for 3.5 years.
God,
and I've still got aunts and uncles and family there and friends. In fact, I'll probably be talking on the way back in my car, my hands free, to my friend in California.
Oh, yes.
On the way home tonight, which we did last. It was working great. So, loved it. Absolutely fabulous. I only came back to get things sorted.
Yeah.
To go back and move out there permanently.
What was the lifestyle like out there, though, compared to the UK? Is it
Totally different.
I imagine it being more laid back. I don't know why.
Oh well, it just is, because you got the sun, and you get up and you know it's going to be sunny.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that you can plan your day. And where I lived was Irvine, which was close to inland from Newport Beach. So you had the beach, you had the piers, you had half an hour to Disneyland and places like that. But so I just really loved it. And like I say, I was there 3.5 years, and I was gonna go there permanently, but came back and I didn't go back. But I did actually learn to drive in America before I could drive in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got my California driving license.
What was the test like out there?
So quick.
Just do
honestly,
blocks,
it was literally you reverse, but you just reverse in a straight line.
Yeah.
No reversing around a corner.
I hated doing that.
And I think it took about 7 minutes, my test, and I got like instructor level pass. And it was an automatic. And then I think I told you before, when I came back, I got myself a Fiat Panda with Go Faster swoosh.
Yeah, you knew the car to go for.
I
Fiat
did, didn't I? I was
Panda.
all sure, yeah.
Wow.
And I couldn't get it to go because it was a stick shift and I hadn't learned how to drive it.
Oh, of course.
I could have legally driven on my California license,
Yeah.
which would have been horrific, because honestly, I was not I didn't know what I was doing with it, because I just couldn't get it going. But yeah, and I went to college there as well, did some art classes. And,
Wow, amazing.
And so it was, and when I was 14, that was how it started. I went out with my mum and dad when I was 14. And I thought, right, I've got to get back here. I have to get back. And I had an opportunity to go, I was in art college, just Sheena, my aunt's friends, Sheena wanted to come over and be a nanny for a year. I went, yep, sure, yep. What's a kid then? What do they look like? I hadn't even wasn't, you know, it was not like, you know, like babysat much at all. So that was when I went out, because when I was 14, I was in, obviously, school in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And then going out there, and we had a month. It was amazing, the most amazing holiday with my mum and my dad, seeing his family he hadn't seen for a lot of years. And we, it was just shows how long ago this was. I saw Greece before anybody else in the school at home.
Did you actually? That's brilliant.
Because it was on when I was out there. So yeah, I was all kinds of like popular when I came back, because we're like, okay, what's it like? And yeah, didn't last long.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I would.
Fabulous.
I'd love to go out there again. I think I told you last time I went out there for honeymoon, and never been back. But there's so many places that I'd love to go and visit. It would need to be a long.
Oh yeah.
Long holiday.
California is such a fabulous state as
Yeah.
well, because you've got the beaches, you've got the mountains. Another lovely place is Mammoth Mountain.
Mammoth?
Mammoth, yeah.
They've got a mountain called Mammoth Mountain?
Yeah, Mammoth
I mean,
Mountain.
come on, how cool is that?
How cool is that? And friends had a cabin in Mammoth Mountain.
Yeah.
So we'd go there, and, you know,
Is it Mammoth?
when you're in Newcastle, you grew up, you don't go skiing much, I got to say. So I was not like great on the old skis.
Yeah.
But I just loved the scenery and the beauty of it. It was just so gorgeous.
Is it as mammoth as it sounds?
Sorry?
Is it as mammoth as it sounds?
It is mammoth as it sounds. It's actually, I think it's on the fault line. You know the San Andreas?
San Andreas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, that's one thing I did do when I first went out there. I used to check out everybody's tables for quite a while, because, you know, the thing was, if anything happened, started to shake, you'd have to jump under a coffee table.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everywhere I went, I was check the table before I did anything else.
Well, to make sure you could dive under it quickly.
Yeah, because, you know, there's not much earthquake kind of issues again in Newcastle. So
that's it, yeah, not many earthquakes up here.
It's not something you have to think of. So what I'm doing when I'm talking, Ben, and it's just a nice thing to do, again, you know, you can just take your time. I've gone over with a second layer with that. This is dry, and I'm going to do the same with that. So what should happen now is when I add some more water, we should have a bigger pop of colour coming through. Can you see how that's much more intense, that purpley colour now? Much stronger in that middle and around there. And then, so these are great. You can layer them up really nicely. Some water-based products don't layer as well, because you put the another layer down, it just lifts the one underneath. But these do layer nicely.
Whilst we're watching you, Anne says, I'm in the US, I've never heard of a vegetable called a swede.
No, that's it. That's what the rutabaga is here.
And Susie says, your swede or rutabaga is what I would call a turnip.
Yeah.
I've heard of swedes, turnip swedes, but not a rutabaga. I'm going to call it that from now on.
Yeah.
Just the opposite here, says Sharon. Ben, we in the US love what you guys call things. And Lucine says, just an FYI, when you guys are talking about sweets and food, like yesterday, I never get hungry, as I never have a clue what you're talking about. That was Craig and Debbie yesterday, wasn't it?
They were talking about food, were they?
They must have been. Not surprising if it's Debbie and Craig. Probably white chocolate, knowing those two. It's cream eggs, apparently. A couple of quick questions. Sweet Imp says, this is a good one. Sheena, why are there no colour gilding waxes?
Because they're all real metal, because you don't get coloured metal.
Yeah.
So you get other ones, other brands, and this is important, and people sometimes ask us, they asked Leanne and I when we were on the show a couple of weeks ago, my gilding wax is dried out, what can I do? Well, it's dried out, it's probably not the Pebeo gilding wax. Because the Pebeo gilding wax just doesn't dry out, but there's, since we launched them, there's been other brands out, and they're coloured and they're in a different suspension, and it's more acrylic based, so it does tend to dry out quite, if you don't, you know, if you're not careful with it.
Yeah.
But the Pebeo one doesn't, which is really important as well. I'm using mine at home, and it's been there, it's years and years, is what's got to be at least 5 years old, and it's still going strong. So it's fabulous stuff. Just put the lid back on it and it'll all be good. So can you see how I'm just building this up now? Now the thing is as well, what you can do with your pencils, if you put this pencil down and it's still damp, when you do this, it won't blend, the line won't blend out again. It'll grab the pigment and it won't you won't be able to get it back to a blendable state.
Right.
So make sure if you want to blend it, you let that dry. But also, just remember, you don't have to blend it. You can blend the first layer like you do with your, with your wax-based pencils. And then just layer up on top with this. I'm actually going to put a little bit of purpley colour in that leaf as well, and it'll just tone it in a little bit. So don't be scared to add a bit of colour and that be a bit daring and think, oh, look at me. Whoa, what a rebel. I'm putting a bit of colour in there as well. So you can just have fun with it and just build it up like that. So that was what I think. We still need some darker in there. There's a really dark colour. The thing is to make it look more wow, you want more impact. So I'm liking that. Can you see how much better that looks there? This is much darker. So I'm using this peat colour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just dragging through, and I think I'm going to actually leave those lines showing because I like the texture. So like I said, this is the beauty of the water-based pencils. You can leave the texture on there if you want, or blend it in. You've got that choice. You've got the options. So again, we'll do that. We might blend it a little bit, but then this is how you build it up. This is how you just relax, and you can just take your time with the pencils.
Yeah.
They're a little bit less urgent than the inks are, because once you've got ink on, you've got to kind of go with it. You can't wait if you're going to blend it. If it starts to dry, it's pretty much going to set in the card. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Whereas these, you can just take your time a little bit more. Let me just...
Benita's wondering if you made a colour chart with the pencils.
I haven't yet. Yeah, I did back when we did, but I haven't done it again. I've lost it, and I need to make another one. But yes, definitely, whatever you've got, and whatever you're using, absolutely make a colour chart with it, because that will make things much easier, because they do look different when you, when you actually use them to look in the thing sometimes. So can you see how that's now much more impactful?
Absolutely.
And we could go on with that, but that was the idea, was just to show you how, and what you need to do. Right, what I would do is I would try and colour around the edge of this card, because it doesn't look great when you can see the the bits of white card showing through. Yeah, so I would scribble some of this on a piece of paper, even, but a card. Let me show you. Let's just get a scrap bit. Oh, that bit'll do. Scribble some like this, and then get your brush and just pick some up like paint, and then you can catch the edge of your card, so then it doesn't look as cut out and obvious, that white kind of core that's showing through. It looks a bit more finished. Yeah, so it's not got that white stark edge to it, and yeah, just looks a little bit softer, a little bit more natural. And I would absolutely go on. The thing is, it's up to you how much impact and drama and depth you want to get into these. I would layer it up a little bit more, and it'll look even more intense. And that's all you do. Yeah, it was incredible how much you've done in the last sort of 15 minutes on this. It's really, really come to life, and it looks almost, well, Catherine says it, she says the roses come to life. It looks real. It's incredible what we've seen you do, and I think, as much as the demos today have been amazing, I think a lot of people really appreciating this, because I can't recall a time when we've concentrated so much on the aqua blend pencils and seen these being used to this extent. So I think it's been a brilliant thing to show people what you can achieve with these. So super versatile, Sheena, and you're making it look very, very easy, but the point is, again, it's achievable for all, isn't it, with these? It's just a formula, Ben, like everything. It's just a formula. Follow the instructions, follow the formula, and then just go with it. And it's really, really, it's doable. It's like everything. Nothing we show you, if you couldn't do it, there'd be no point. You just go to watch fine artists for that. But that's not what we're about. We're about teaching you how to be you're the artist. We're the people who are just giving you that little shove of the kind of like the get the ball rolling. Then it's all you after that. So, just a tip as well for Victoria. She says, I have such a hard time combining colours that don't end up looking like mud. Is there any tips you can give Victoria on that front? You know what? You know the colour wheel,
Yeah.
the colour wheel. Well, it can be so complicated, and you're never going to sit and look at well, I'm never going to sit and study a colour wheel before I pick up a colour. But it's worth knowing colours that are opposite, just the ones that are opposite. So red is opposite to green on the colour wheel, yeah?
Right.
So if you blend red next to green, you're going to get brown.
Right.
Yeah? So that's it. So just if you use colours that are kind of warm colours, mix them together, yellow, orange, red, all those kind of colours together, you're going to get a blend that's going to work. If you then cross the stream like Ghostbusters, don't do it.
Don't cross the
You'll get
streams.
slimed. Not really, but it's better to stick with your cool colours, your purples, your blues, your teals. All of those colours will blend nicely. Make that easy for yourself to start with. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yeah.
You know what I mean by the warm and cool colours?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you've got this little guy here. So what I would do is definitely you want to move this around and give it a bit of articulation a little bit. Move the leaves around, give them a bit of movement. And then that will lie against that when you're done, and you've got a quick little kind of card there, which wasn't bad in the time we've got.
Tell you what, that is incredible. And I tell you what it might be as well, that could be the demo which has made you go, do you know what? I'm going to pick up some Aqua Blend pencils here. Just before we go through those, Anne says, could you have used the aqua markers for that last part?
Absolutely.
So you can combine the two.
Yeah, we've done that earlier. We did that earlier. Yeah, for sure. That's what we've been doing all day. If you can watch back, yes, for sure. Definitely. So, yeah, it just depends whichever is your preference.
That's it. Stunning. And the great thing is as well today, if you like aqua pencils, we've got them on the show. The botanicals, the ones we've just been looking at there, those are available for $19.99 or $23.99. And just to my left here, still the pick of the day is available with all of the aqua pens. So it's whatever you fancy, whatever you've kind of like the look of the most today. And of course, you've seen that you can achieve the different effects with these. And as we've discussed, that they do play very nicely together as well. It's tips like those, says Cindy Condy, that have made all the difference. Jenny Barger, hello Jenny, says the flower, gorgeous. Sheila Martinez says, I've loved all 3 shows today. Sheena is amazing. Many of us are afraid to keep adding colour, so it's good to see Sheena do it, says Sharon. Lynette says, I am totally absorbed with the colouring, Sheena. How beautiful is that rose? We'll get a vote going in just a little while. I've got a feeling that one is going to be high up the list of your faves. Beautiful, says Jessica Stricker. Stephanie says, it's just popping off the background. Stupendous card, says Victoria Warren. I am in awe. Enchanted Craft Fairy says, so dramatic with that darker backing. Great. Cindy Condy says, you are so inspiring, Sheena. I want to go and try all of these fantastic projects. That's the point. Go away today and give them a try, give them a go. Do you know what? As much as we are here to sell items and you buy them from us, we're also here for the inspiration. And if you haven't bought anything today, but you've gone away because Sheena's inspired you or given you the confidence to try a different technique and you give it a go, job done for us. That's job
Absolutely.
done. That's what it's all about, giving you the kind of oomph and the push in the right direction to give things a go. And like we said, do you know what? Sheena is a master, obviously, and if you give a technique a go and it doesn't quite turn out right first time, what's the worst that can happen? You've wasted a bit of card, don't really matter, does it? Come back and have a go again another day. Alana Selby says, I'm now sat making my colour swatches of my Aqua Blend pens and pencils. Benita Robinson says, I love colouring with pencils. I'm so excited to do these new to me techniques. And Cindy, I've got your question, which I think we'll tackle when we go over to the Essentials Corner in just a second. I've got about 7 or 8 questions, by the way, lined up ready for that. So if you want to add yours into the pot, it's a good idea to get that in now because we will be going over there in the next 5 or 10 minutes. A couple of things just to let you know that you might want to grab today if you're buying pens and pencils and all sorts. And actually, Craft Room Essential back in stock. Where's the alarm? This is like a, say again? It's back in stock. Oh, it's the white multi-purpose card. Oh. Back in stock. Ooga, ooga. That's what we need. We need like a, what is that? That's like like a Aruga, like a submarine. Yeah. What was I doing earlier? Oh, panic! Panic! But you don't need to panic, well, on this really, because it's as good. It's back in stock. The white multi-purpose card, A4, pack of 60. This craft room essential. Multi-purpose card, so many different things you can do with this, and it's a good opportunity to stock up because, do you know what, it's one of those things that you don't want to run out of. I know people have done over recent times, so even if you've got what you think might be enough sheets in your craft room, stock up now whilst we've got it, and then you won't run the risk of running out. It's not one per customer. Buy as many as you think that you need at £7.99 or $11.99 if you're a platinum member. And of course, something which I think I know it has actually, because Nicola and I were having a little look at the figures earlier on, and I saw that this one, as well as the showstoppers today and Sheena's stamps, this one is one of the top sellers. The watercolour cardstock, obviously loads of people wanting to buy this to go along with the aqua pens and the aqua blend pencils as well. It is 300 GSM, 9x12 size, and you get 20 sheets. This is the bad boy to go for because it's all about, isn't it? We give you the great pens, we give you the great pencils, but if you're working on like a slightly less than great paper, then of course you're not going to get the results that you want. So combine our aqua pens, our aqua blend pencils with this, the premium watercolour paper pad, then you're going to get the best results. Stock up on this. It's been very busy for this today. Loads of you ordering it. £11.19 or $12.79 is the price on that. Right. Pictures. Sharon Horn. Wow, Sharon, look at the scenery that's been going on here. That is amazing, Sharon. Thank you so much.
Super cool.
Yeah, for sending that in. Now, Hannah, thank you for sending this in. This is Debbie Robinson's craft along from was it Thursday? I lose track of time. You know what I'm like. I'm a bear of very few brains. But that's incredible. That is the box that Debbie did with the embroidery, sorry, the ribbon threading dies. And then it's the box within the box because it collapses when you take the top off. And then you can take the top off the inside box. And I'm impressed with that, Hannah. Did Kiri help you? That's what I need to know. But that's amazing. Thank you for sending that one in. Now, what? That is that's the fox from Carol's Garden. Isn't that a funny looking fox?
Oh, it's got a smile on its face though, isn't it?
Yes. Is that an English fox? Isn't it? It's a funny looking colour for a fox, isn't it?
No idea, but smiling, I know that.
Yeah.
Happy little fox.
It's a happy fox, smiling away. The next picture is, spot the animal in this picture.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's really cool.
That owl there having a hoot. Cara, I tell you what, you've got some amazing animals in your garden. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And the owl out during the day as well. Yeah. I thought they only came out at night.
Yeah. I happened to look out the window one night and just the right time to see an owl flying along the street.
Oh, yeah?
Lit by the lamp. Yeah, looked amazing.
Was that a bit spooky?
It was a bit spooky, yeah. But I said I like a little bit of spooky stuff, didn't it?
You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Sheena.
Wizard, Harry.
What, Harry? Catherine Font says, after watching that demo of the aqua pencils, I'm going to be purchasing them. Nice one. All the aqua products are so fun and versatile. Can you tell me which show Sheena did the skies with the blending tools? I really want to watch that again. Thank you, Susie. It was... Oh, thank you, Liz R. as well. It was Masterclass, 12th of April. I should have claimed that for myself then, shouldn't I? Should have said, oh yeah, I think you'll find it. Yeah, Masterclass, 12th of April. Jennifer Garlington says, all the aqua products are amazing. Linda says, I love the pencils. I've never used them. You made it look amazing. I can't wait to try, Sheena. Linda, make sure you have a go now you've had the inspiration today. And Mary Pat 1000 says, good afternoon from a sunny Montana. And it's a grey fox, says Benita Robinson in that picture. Quite common.
Oh.
I know it was a grey fox. That must be US though, isn't it? They're just like my Oregon foxes. They climb trees, says Sherry Miller. Oh dear, climbing foxes.
A fox climbing a tree?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like when Daleks learn to fly. That is as scary as that. That was my childhood ruined now.
I still remember the episode where, yes, because they can't get upstairs, can they? And Doctor Who's getting away, runs up the stairs and then they start...
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. No, that was not right. We shouldn't have done that.
No. Although I think we had the conversation before, it was always the Cybermen that freaked me out the most.
The Cybermen.
I hated the Cybermen.
Yeah.
I hated them. Anyway, right, let's get to a quick break. Make sure you check out your baskets, and when we come back we will be having a bit of a chinwag. Loads of questions flying through, so we'll do that, and we will also get all your votes coming in for demo of the show, demo of the day, and lots more. So we'll see in about, and we'll announce the winner as well, who's going to win all of Sheena's makes that don't win demo of the day. So lots to do. We'll be back in about, I don't know, 4 minutes.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You all had time with each other! You're not through to boot camp, get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablet or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop in the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. It's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. We get a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Essentials Corner. A few comments coming through, and then we'll do some questions. Oh, no, but man, where did I see the comments? Yes, Hannah. Bree, your project that you sent in, Kiri did not help. She attempted to hinder me multiple times. Matt took her for a shower so I could finish. Hannah has a little girl called Kiri who's 3, and she loves to get involved. And we did a craft along. Me, who was it? Who was with me? Who was it? Who was on the craft along? Who was on the craft along when it's Hannah and Kiri? Who was the expert? Was it Debbie? Anyway, oh no, it's Craig. It was Craig. Kiri was on it, and she was there with her little mini and trying to help along and craft.
Oh, but that's brilliant. I think, you know, little ones who have a parent who is a crafter, I think that you can't lose. That's because a lot of young ones, you don't know if they're going to be good at art or that kind of route, unless they've got some exposure to these products and there's this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, you know, which is perfect.
Encourage it, isn't it? Let them see what you're doing. Let them have a go. That's the great thing as well, because Kiri was there with her little mini, and you know it's safe, you know, with adult supervision, so it was brilliant. Debbie says, I ordered the showstopper, even though I told myself I wasn't going to order anything until my G2 was paid off. Oh well, Sheena's demos are too persuasive. But let's get down to business.
Okay.
And have a look. Oh no, before we do that, sorry, I knew there was something to do. Vote. So, there was only one real demo from this show, wasn't there?
Yeah, so it's not difficult, is it? It's like one.
Yeah.
Or one.
Or one.
Or it could be one.
One. So hang on a minute.
Go on.
Demo of the show is one. So we'll let you vote for your demo of the day. And also, thank you for all the comments coming in. Whichever doesn't win will pop into the pile of goodies that we'll send out to one winner. That was this morning, wasn't it?
That was this morning, yeah.
So which camera do you want, Charlotte? There? She's going to choose. We'll stick it on 3. So you vote for your favourite. So this is vote for demo of the day, because obviously there was only one sort of finished project in this show. So that has won by default. So that's number 1 from Wake Up Call. That is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then number 2. Then these are all the new stamps, of course, by the way.
The first one wasn't.
That was drawn.
Was drawn, yeah.
Yes.
That one was.
That is number 2. I think 1's my favourite. And then 3 is the one. Is that stuck on now?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It is the one that Sheena has created in this show, using the embossing folders with the nesting dies, and then, of course, the Aqua Blend pencils as well. Wow. 1, 2, or 3. You've got, I don't know, take as long as you want. You've got let's say about 5 or 6 minutes. So, question. I feel like I'm a mastermind now.
Yeah, okay, so.
Yes.
Special subject.
Welcome to Mastermind with me, Ben Moseby. Contestant number 1, please take to the chair.
This is not a university challenge. They are impossible. You can't just play around with them.
University challenge. I don't think I've ever got a question right on that show.
No, if you get one, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, they're just ridiculous questions. Yeah. At least the thing that annoys me on Mastermind now is they don't do. We will do some graphic questions. It's always celebrity specials now, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they never have like normal people on anymore. So whether the normal people have just gone, the Mastermind's too hard.
Yeah.
I nearly once applied, because I've done a few quiz shows, and I nearly once applied for Mastermind.
What would be a special subject?
It would have been probably the Bond movies of Roger Moore Bond movies. Right. But then what happens is, I didn't realise, you need to have about 3 or 4 specialist subjects. Oh. Because if you get through like the first round, you then have to have more questions on another specialist subject.
Oh, so you have to know more than one thing?
Yes, you have to be real.
That's rubbish then.
Know it all.
Oh, you know one thing.
Yeah. What would be your specialist subject?
Well, it probably would have been maybe a music obsession, possibly somebody, could have been Dusty Springfield.
Oh, yeah. Dusty Springfield.
Yeah. Could have been that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I would have done after that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it would be more like 80s TV, really. Maybe the A-Team.
Yeah.
Could have done that.
Yeah.
Films of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to answer your questions. So, Stephanie says, Sheena, I see you started with an oval stamp on. If your final goal is a shape, do you usually cut the shape out before colouring? I hope that makes sense.
No, I don't. But I just did that for TV, so that, if it's a basic shape and it's just a nested shape, you don't really need to see me putting it through unless it's that kind of show. Am I doing all that? So it was just for speed, just to take away a little bit of time, prep time. So I would stamp it first, put my dye over it, then you can line it up, cut it. I should say something though.
Go on.
Having said that, if you do colour it and you spend a lot of time working on it, and you did put the dye on and something happens, saying it might, if it was me especially, you could ruin what you've done. So there's pros and cons for either. It's a ponderer.
Just They call me the ponderer, way the ponderer. I roam around. No, you just reminded me, I probably shouldn't say, but I'll say anyway because it's quite funny. When you went like that, that was something I was doing in between shows. They were making me into a GIF in between shows. Yeah,
cool.
So apparently we're going to be doing more sort of cool things on social media, and I think everyone's going to like get a GIF. So I was like the GIF guinea pig. Cool. They're trying like different things and getting me to do like things, and one of them was. Anyway, next question. EB says, you used the glossy accents to paint with once, yes? Yes. I think that was on your first show. Oh, and also 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did again.
Could I use my mica powders the same way? And if so, do you have any other ways to use the powders, says Eve?
Mica powders, yes, definitely. Mix them in with a little bit of your glossy
highlights.
Highlights, that's it, your glossy highlights. And if they're just going to go on card, you can even water it down a little bit because it doesn't need to, it's already thick and clingy. But if it's going to go on to acetate, don't water it down, but just mix your mica powder into it. It might go a bit pasty, so you got to get the ratio right, mica to glossy accent. But yeah, paint it on your plasticky surfaces, which is acetate and the like. And mica powders, you can mix mica powders into other water-based paint. So a regular watercolour, try putting it in that. It needs a binder to make it stick. So it either needs, because paint, even a pearl paint, is made up of the mica, which would give it the pearl, and then a binder, which would make it stick to the card. And even if it's dry, it starts in a pan, a cake, the binder is normally like a powdered, like gum arabic, that when you wet it, it becomes sticky and gluey. So you need some way to stick it together, which is where the glossy highlights would come in. And but also with the micas, you can stamp with with the opaque ink pads and dust over it with a brush. But then sometimes it can rub off. There's a sealing problem with them. I don't know, quick spray and shine over the top possibly will fix it. So things to try.
And when you did paint with the glossy highlights, was it a case of, did you say you needed to make sure you clean your brushes quite quickly afterwards?
Yes, absolutely. If you're using anything that is acrylic based, so the glossy highlights, if you're painting with your glue, with your, even the tacky glue, if you mix a bit of tacky glue in with something, it'll make a kind of acrylic paint. So you can mix your micas into that as well. When it's wet, the tacky glue looks white though, but it dries clear. So, but you get more shine with the glossy accents.
Good.
But clean your brush.
I know we covered this earlier, but I always appreciate that people tune in at different times, and not everyone watches for the whole show. So let's tackle this one. Cindy says, can we combine the aqua markers and the aqua blend pencils on one project together?
Yes, in a fabulous fashion, because any water-based product like that, you can layer them up. The aqua blend markers will do a large area quickly. That the brush pens, they go down quicker. Most of the time I've been using them on the mat and then picking them up on a brush, so you get a big swoosh of colour quickly, so it covers a large surface area. But then if you want to let that dry and then go over the top and put detail in and darken some areas and contour it a bit, so you could have like a mid-pink petal, for example, and then you go back when it's dry with your pencils, with your aqua blend pencils, and put maybe a dark burgundy to the base of that petal, and then fade it up to a little bit of a mid-pink. So then you've got that graduation, but you've already got the highlighted pink on there. Does that make sense? It's a time saver. Yeah. Horses for courses.
Great question from Lynn Bledsoe, who says, Sheena, do you prefer a colour of gilding wax, or do you use all the colours? Have you got a favourite, or do you use them all?
I
same?
love all of them because they all got different looks. Like the antique gold looks like it's old and as if it's rusted a bit. So if you want to create a good rusty colour, that's a great one for that, the antique gold, because it already got like that rusty kind of orangey tone to it. But and again, the silver is great for if you want to create an aluminium or platinum. If you mix the and you can mix them on your tile. Get your 2 jars out and take a little splodge on your finger one and splodge on another one. Mix them on your mat. So if you put like the king gold in with the silver, you get more of a platinum colour in like a warm silver. So, but if I had to pick one, it would be king gold.
Okay.
I love that one.
I love the idea again of, it was you that brought it up last time, of like mixing your gilding waxes again, because you just think, oh, you would never do that, but then why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah,
to create
so
different
cool.
colours.
Yeah.
EB says, because Centura Pearl has the kind of shiny finish on it, can I use the same sort of ink techniques on it? So what can you do with Centura Pearl?
Yeah, Centura Pearl, I need to put it through its paces again, but
okay.
I remember back in the day, yes, Centura Pearl, it looks shiny, but it hasn't got a plastic coating. If it had like a plastic, like Miracard has got that plasticky kind of surface to it. So what happens is if you put anything on it other than glossy highlights with the colour in it, it'll repel, it'll just bead up and it won't cling. But Centura Pearl you can. So I would say not so much the pencils, because the pearl, when you use the pencils, even though they're soft, when you apply them to the card, it's the tooth of the card that grabs the pigment from the pencil and puts it on your card before you then wet it, and it gets into more of the surfaces, the nooks and crannies of the surface of the card. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
But with Centura being soft, a smooth surface, it's got nothing to cling to. You know, if you imagine a card under a microscope and could slice through, regular card's going to be like this. It's going to have a really deep undulating place where all this pigment can get caught up into the fibres. Centura Pearl's much flatter. It's more like an ice rink.
Yeah.
So there's nothing for it to cling to.
And this one, again, difficult one to answer. Victoria's just asking about colour wheels. She says there's so many out there, I don't know like which is the best one to go for. And what would you suggest as far as colour wheels are concerned? Is it just a case of having a bit of a Google and... Yeah,
just Google, have a look. You know, some of them will be free, down with some of them you buy and they've got little turny round things and stuff. To be honest, it can get, they'll go for your secondary colours, your tertiary colours, your complementary, and it just, you don't need to know all the jargon, you really don't. Just it's just... know the few basics, like if you cross the streams, they're the ones that are going to give you mud. So for yellow and violet, sorry?
And you get slimed.
And you get slimed, yeah exactly. Yeah. So never cross the streams, islands in the stream and everything like that.
Islands in the stream. And final one question before we just announce the winner of the demo of the show and the winner of all of Sheena's goodies. This is a great one to finish with. Brenda, Sheena, this is a tough question. If you had to put together a starter kit with your top 5 items, what would be a must? I should have prepared you for this one. So what springs to mind straight away?
So you need, I'd need brushes to start with.
Brushes.
Has to be brushes, so the brush set, that's one. I'd need some way of stamping, because the stamps would be in there.
Yeah.
So probably a rocker block would do, or the repositionable magnetic.
The 8x8.
I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to say the 8x8 repositionable because I can do more techniques with that.
Okay.
We've got that. We need ink pads. So you could go with a range of ink pads that do more than just. It would be either the
water active?
Water active ones, or the new
duets.
Duets, yes. The duets would be fabulous. How many have we got there?
3.
Only 3. Fabulous.
That's 3, isn't it?
Oh, I've got loads to spend here. So we've got that. So that's so they could also be a colouring product, which is great. Yeah. Right. But if
it's 4. Sorry, because it was It was brushes.
Brushes. The repositionable things. Some stamps. Some stamps in there.
And the ink pads. So it's 1 more.
So then, if you wanted to have a colouring product, I would say the aqua markers.
Yeah.
That would be it then. Yeah, that would be it, because they will give you a different look to your duets, and you can see and you can stamp with them. You can do so much with them, and you've got a plethora of colours, and you can always, again, they're bright and vibrant, but you can always make them muted and grungy. Cross the streams.
That's it.
That's how to make it. Yeah, just go a little bit towards the cross of the stream.
Yeah. Well, like at the end of the movie, they needed to cross the streams to defeat the...
That's right. They did. They worked out that
Yeah.
all that time. That's right. Yeah, the Baden.
The Baden. What was the Baden called?
I know.
Zool. Zool. I think it
in
was.
the fridge.
Huh?
That was the second one. It was in the fridge, wasn't it?
Oh, when she was sat in her chair like this, and then the arms just came out of the chair and like dragged her into the fridge.
Yeah.
No, that was the first one.
Was it the first one?
That was the first one, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I speak to Dana? There is no Dana, only Zool.
Oh, you haven't seen it then, have you?
No,
I love it.
Right. Let's get the vote done, and then we'll announce who our winner is, and then we're pretty much done here. Demo of the day. Number one.
Number one.
Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, it was quite nice. It was quite nice to have a little chance, a little bit of doodling to show you what you could do with the pens as well. And, you know, you can stamp in a very faint fashion. That was just a freehand example that was showing you how to use them this morning. But if you stamp any of these images in a very pale ink, you can go over like I did and change them a little bit with your pens on the outline and colour them in a bit differently.
Absolutely. That also means, by the way, that the other two lovely projects will go into the pile that we are going to send to our winner picked at random on YouTube. Sweet Imp.
Oh, yeah. Sweet Imp.
Sweet Imp.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, that is cute. Well done, Sweet Imp.
Yeah.
We will bundle all those together and we'll send them out to you, but you need to message us. Prizes. Is that the right one? Yeah. Prizes at Crafter's Companion. I always forget this one. I think it's .com. Yes. Prizes at crafterscompanion.com. Sweet Imp, well done. We will get those out to you. So congratulations. What a day. What a fun day. Have you enjoyed it as much as I have?
Yeah,
hopefully you have.
I love it. Wednesdays are just brilliant. They're just as crafting should be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everything. We've got the recipe right here, and I'm loving it.
Well, we've loved having you once again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
I will see you back here tomorrow with Craig. It's a busy day tomorrow. We've got a craft along tomorrow. And also my third ever cartload 3.0, without giving too much away. Ben's booster deals, Ben's tens, and for the first time ever, Benny's penny deals. Benny's pennies.
I like it.
Benny's pennies. It's going to be good. And also, it's busy tomorrow. It's such a busy day. I'm taking over the Crafters TV Instagram page tomorrow. So, I mean, goodness knows what I'll be doing.
Oh, okay. Well,
you know.
enjoy.
Huh?
Enjoy.
Thanks. Yeah, if it isn't enough, I do my own cartload, doing all these shows, and I've got to do all the social media as well.
Well, you know, keeps you out of bother.
I suppose that is a good point, actually. That's a good point. Massive thank you to Sheena. Thank you also to Susie and Rachel. Thank you to Jake. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to John. Thank you to Charlotte. Thank you to Nicola. Most of all, thank you to you guys for watching as well. You can obviously continue to shop after the show. If you've got any items in your basket, do make sure that you get those checked out. And come back tomorrow for another fun day here at Crafters TV. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And goodbye for now.